Okay, sorry I've missed more than a couple days. It's been a stressful time for me with not getting a lot of sleep, feeling like shit, way too much work. Holidays coming up and all kinds of shit going on, so um yeah, I'm back. I want to do at least 5 minutes a day. You know, I'm not trying to make it a consistent thing where I miss for like a week or so of programming. It just doesn't make it easier that what I'm trying to do is really difficult, and it's just been causing me to procrastinate on it because it's just so difficult for me to fix. I don't exactly know how to do what I'm trying to do, so it just breeds a little bit of hesitancy, I'd say. So let's just see where we're at. Okay, so our taxi is not becoming grounded or applying gravity in any way. Shoot, man. I was feeling fine, and then I go to program, and then my brain tells me like it's making me like want to fall asleep because it's like oh, you don't want to do this. You want to take a nap. I mean, not getting enough sleep lately with my CPAP machine is a culprit as well, but it's just funny how those tricks your mind plays on you. It's like, okay, well, let's see. We're going to become grounded if we collide with a collidable platform or a ground platform. And then we need to become not grounded if not. Cool. So I guess right now we've got gravity working. Well, it's hard to say if we're applying gravity every frame or not at the moment. But if we print up, I don't want to do, hold on a sec actually, I don't want to print up the check grounded. I want to print up self dot grounded. Okay. The grounded field. See, that should be true. We should become grounded. The fact that we're grounded as false is really confusing to me. Now we're setting grounded to false only if we're not grounded on either. That's the only time we're doing it. Well, we initialize it, but then this is the line that we're setting it to false. So for some reason, this is just getting executed. I'm really curious if we give ourselves a local variable called, I'm just going to call it running. I don't really care. But if we say, because basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to prove that this line of code is executing a lot when it shouldn't be. It should only increment running, this running variable, if we're not grounded on any of the platforms, any of the collidable platforms, as well as not grounded on the ground platform. So only if we're falling in the air should running be incrementing. And we're just going to add, we're going to take this running, we're going to give ourselves a local running running value, and then we can say a printout running to a string. And then we'll see if this is getting incremented when we're grounded. Global nil value. Okay, give me a break. We'll just do a global then. Running is 0. And then if we're not grounded on anything, we're going to increment running. And then we're going to print running. Let's go for it. Yeah, see? It should only be incrementing. It shouldn't be incrementing right there when we're grounded like that. So that's telling me that that we're applying gravity every single frame. See, now that's weird. It stops on the ground platform. That's really weird. We must... Something here is getting jacked up. I'm not sure what it is. Ooh. Now we need to become false grounded. And the thing is, I needed to combine these two so that we didn't accidentally overwrite our grounded field. So like if we were grounded on the floor but not the platforms, it's hard to explain, but we need to come up with a different set of logic for if we're in the air. Like what makes us apply gravity? Right now we're saying if we're not check grounded on the platform and not check grounded on the ground platform. So maybe we can change this around a bit and say, first of all, if we're not grounded, we'd have to be not grounded on the ground platform for sure. We know that much, and then we need to cycle through the all the platforms. So we can switch the order around a bit. And first we're saying, hey, first of all, if we're not check grounded on ground platform, then we can cycle through our platforms. So for key platform in pairs of our collidable platforms table, do the check for if we're also not check grounded on the current platform. And if that's the case, that's when we become false on a grounded field. Now, these two are very similar. I'm not exactly sure it will fix it, but it's the reason I'm trying this is because we weren't incrementing running when we were on the ground platform for some reason. So I'm thinking something but with this and is probably screwing up. I'm not exactly sure why, but we're going to check for the incrementing on running now and see. See, it shouldn't increment when we're grounded. It really shouldn't. So if we collide with a platform, we reset our Y, our check grounded would be true, and if our check grounded is true, we're grounded. Yeah, see, that's so weird. Because incrementing running is telling me that... Incrementing running is telling me that we're not check grounded with the platform we're on. And see, this is, oh yeah, this is where it is messing up. Because it's cycling through each one. It's cycling through each platform. So it gets to platform 2, it sees that we're grounded on platform 2, so it doesn't increment running, but it goes through the next platform, sees that we're not grounded on the ground platform or that platform, then it increments running. So that's the problem. It is because we're cycling through that, but yeah. It's like, God damn it. Yeah, we need it. Now, this isn't actually, I think I'm overthinking this. Like, I think we're trying to determine when to activate our gravity again, and we do that if we're not check grounded on something. But not check grounded on something. We're not check grounded on the thing that's directly beneath us. So it's almost like our check grounded function. Fuck, right now it's just a boolean, but we would want... Fuck. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. It makes sense to me that we're incrementing it now, but I don't know what to do to fix it. So how do we know whether or not to become ungrounded? Well, we need to check grounded, and if there's nothing beneath us, we need to apply gravity. So it's almost like now I'm thinking that we can say, you know, in order for us to be grounded false, not grounded, we would need to not be grounded on the ground platform, and we'd have to be not grounded on any other platforms. So it's not that we would have to be not check grounded on any given platform, it's we'd have to be not check grounded on every platform. So how do we distinguish that? How do we say only become grounded if we're not grounded on any of those platforms? Because right now, we might swap it to false, and then it would check the next platform, which we wouldn't be check grounded with, and then we wouldn't be setting our grounded to false when we should be. Well, when do we... I want to see any instance we become grounded. Now, we become grounded upon a bottom collision with a ground platform and a bottom collision with a platform and a check grounded... Fuck, okay. I think that might be where something's messing up. Because right here, we're cycling through the platforms, and if we're in the air... See, I think this is not helpful. I don't know if that's helpful or not. See, we're not trying to increment. That incrementing is meaning that we're not check grounded on a platform in the cycle. It's just doing it wrong. We're not... Fuck, it's hard for my brain to wrap my head around this. Because yeah, right now it's checking all the platforms. I'm curious, does it say if we're grounded? Because I don't think our grounded is working right. Yeah, our grounded is not working at all. Okay. That's what we've been trying to fix. It works on the ground platform because we're not cycling through all the platforms. Jesus. So how do we do that without... Okay. I honestly think we just need to kind of redo this. at least all the grounded logic. Like, well, it makes sense that we would become grounded upon a bottom collision of a platform or a ground platform. That makes sense. Now, okay, so the only thing, why did we have this? We wanted to become grounded if we're check grounded. So this would swap, this would make us grounded. See, yeah, this doesn't do anything. I don't think that does anything for us. And then here is just straight messing up. This is where we're messing up. Now, if we turn this off, we're never flushing our grounded to false, correct? Wait, what happened there? Lordy, what'd I do? To close 4. What am I missing? Okay, I think that's where we needed it. Now, this is the line right here that is screwing us up, and we're turning it off to see if our grounded ever becomes false, which I think it'll just become true and then stay true. Yeah. So, how do we become grounded? Oh, or how do we become not grounded while still becoming grounded if we're grounded? It sounds so fucking stupid. If we're, yeah. God damn it. And the problem is cycling through all the platforms to become grounded false. If we're not check grounded, yeah, that's what's getting us wrong. But we can't quite do what we see. So if we take a look at our ostrich class, we do this thing where we have a ground field, not a grounded field, but a ground field that gets assigned the platform upon which we're check grounded upon. That's what we need to do, not upon the collision, but upon the check grounded, we need to assign the ground or the collidable object into the field of our ground. So that's what we need to do, and we're doing that here as well for our ground platforms. So that's what we need to do, because then all we do is say if we're not grounded on our ground or the ground platform, then grounded is false. But it's not cycling through all the platforms, setting false on everything. So that's what we need to do. Now, we need to initialize a ground field of type platform. And then what happens is, in our update function, if we are check grounded with the ground platform, then our ground field gets assigned that ground platform. Then we need to say for K platform in pairs, collidable platforms, oopsie, we need to do the same, where we say if we are check grounded with the given value of the loop, which would be the platform objects, then that's when we need to assign our ground field to become said platform object. So now our field ground should be populated with the collidable platform object that we are check grounded upon. And then when we go to add our gravity here, and by adding gravity I mean setting our grounded to false, we're going to say, first of all, if we're not check grounded with the ground platform, then we can say if we're not, we want to say if our ground field, if our self.ground field what did we even do? If we're not check grounded with the parameter of our self ground object, that's what we need to do. Then we become not grounded, meaning we start falling. So that's exactly what we need to do. So we need to pass in our self ground into our check grounded function. So we're only running the check grounded upon our self ground field, and our self ground field is only one thing, and it's the one thing. It's either going to be the ground platform if we're check grounded with the ground platform, or it's going to be whatever platform we are check grounded with. So now that we're doing that, where we're saying, and it's not that if we're not, no, yeah, it is if we're not grounded. If we're not grounded, not check grounded with our ground field, then we're not grounded anymore. So now if we print up, I want to print up our running, well actually, let's just leave it as grounded for now. Come on. Oh, come on, what's going on? What's the problem here? It's these two ends here. Come on, man. You should be grounded. Because right now... Shit. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's looking right for our grounded now. Ah! except for the ground platform. I guess we would say if we collide with the bottom platform. See, I don't think these are working as intended, but if we bottom collide with a ground platform, we also need to set a ground field to become ground platform. And then I think our grounded is finally fixed. Cool. Now we still... Oh, did you see that? Okay. So at least our grounded boolean is working, but watch when we cross the side of the screen here. It goes to false real quick. Which, as it switches, which I'm not so happy about. And I think that's because our ground field... You know what? Let me turn this back on. Because if we turn this back on, I might actually fix that. Because I think what's going on is the ground field is getting confused when it's... Okay, that might fix it. That's it. So I think that bug was something to do with... since we're on one platform on the left and then we go to the platform on the right, and our ground field needs to switch in the middle of that. And I think it wasn't explicit enough saying, hey, our ground field is actually the platform of which we're check grounded with, not necessarily the platform we collided with. So I think that fixes it. So I'm going to leave myself a little note here saying ensures ground field is platform that we are standing on, not just platform we bottom collided with. I can take these comments out. Okay. And then right here, I would say we can say that both of these, or this block rather, this block is activating gravity. That's what it's doing, and it's doing that through the check grounded function. So if we're not check grounded with our ground field, we need to activate our gravity, which is actually, this is our gravity, and our gravity is activated by becoming not grounded, and we're becoming not grounded here if we're not check grounded with our ground field. So now we see that we've got our grounded boolean working appropriately. So now that our grounded boolean is working appropriately, we can get into we need to change our size when we're in the air, and then we need to change it back upon a bottom collision, and then we need to change our sprite when we're in the air to the 6th sprite, I think it is on the atlas. But I've got stuff to do today still, and I've got to shower and head out, so I'm gonna just say that we fixed our taxi class grounded boolean. Just say that. And we're going to push that in the next episode. Tomorrow we're going to be doing our height difference when we're in the air, our sprite difference when we're in the air, and then we can work on finalizing the AI, and then add collision detection with eggs. And then once that's done, we get the right speed, or the right DX and DY and everything. We got to do all the flapping. That's part of the AI for our taxi class. Then we got to do our tier system update for our vultures, which is a huge one different sprites, different AI. So we're making progress. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow and we'll get going on some more features.